So here's the thing, guys. Over the winter, this is outside. There's no covering. Went through the winter. It snowed on us more in this last year than it has in the last couple of years. This thing was covered, completely covered. All the beds were completely covered with snow at least 2 times. And these fish survived pretty harsh winter. Really through the winter, I don't think I lost any of them. Maybe 1 or 2. All in all, the whole entire year that this has been up and running, I've maybe lost about 8 fish or so. But in the same sentence, I inherited like 81 fish coming into this, and you know, they're bound to die off sooner or later. So it never happened like a quick consecutive thing where I lost a bunch at one time. It's just kind of one here, one there. So I never really felt like anything was a problem. However, over the last week, I did lose 3 fish in like a period of 4 days. So it's just making me kind of jump, and I know I got to get this thing up and running again. So anyway, the plants, I don't have any plants in here because nothing could survive the winter time. But at this point, I need to do something because I've shut down 2 of these beds. I've shut down this bed. I've shut down this bed. They're just caked with sludge. I was growing stuff until I couldn't, until it stopped siphoning, and it just was overwhelmed with roots. So at some point, I pulled all the plants, and then you look down in the holes here, and they're just caked in sludge. So at this point, out of the 3 beds, I only have 1 up and running that's actually doing any filtering. So it's time to do something, because it's just time to do something. So I know I need to clean out the pump because it's not really pushing that much water anymore. Really hard to see in here, but it's just a lot of sludge in there. Same thing with this one. Now I'll be the first to tell you that I do not have enough grow bed area. This was just something I put together to try and make the living conditions as good as I could, because what they had going, it was just atrocious. There was all kinds of leaves falling into it. It was kind of a safety hazard for kids having an open pond like we did. So I had to do something. This was the best I could come up with at the time. Yes, I need more grow bed area, but this is what I got for now until I can do something bigger and better over in the greenhouse. First off, let me just state that all these pipes down here, nothing is glued in. Everything is just hand fitted so I can take everything apart. Last year, I pulled up a few plants, and when I disrupted all these beds, I had all kinds of like nastiness and sludge come down into the pond, and it took a couple of days to clean up. So I learned my lesson there. I definitely don't want to disrupt these beds too bad and have that water come into the pond. If any way possible, I wanted to divert the water out of the bed. So what I first started doing was, I thought to clean this up, I was going to take all the lava rock out. I'd remove this and just clean everything nice and good. But having water inside this bed and then still having this stuff in there, it's really hard getting every piece out. And then once you remove this, then you're opening yourself up to have rock go down that standpipe, and it's just creating a bunch of problems. It's just more work than it's worth. So what I decided to do was, I've just got a hose right there with a nozzle on it. The nozzle is stuck on full blast, and every couple of minutes or whatever, I'm moving that around in different parts of the bed, and it's disrupting everything and sending all the bad stuff out. And at the same time, I'm not cleaning and totally taking everything out of the bed. I'm saving myself some work. One thing that I could probably do is get an air compressor and put something in there with the bubbles bubbling up everything. I know that would probably help. I don't really have means to do that right at the moment, so I'm just working with what I got, doing the hose. It seems to be doing pretty well as long as I just keep moving it around. And once it's, you just keep moving around until the water's looking clear, and it's just what we want. So anyway, I think this is working good. At least good enough to get me through another grow season. Obviously, I know I'm going to have to do this again, probably this time next year or a little bit sooner, but doing what I can, the best I can with what I got. So until we build this up bigger and better, this is what I'm going to be dealing with for now. So at this point, I think this is gonna be good enough to get me through a season. Hopefully I'll get something out here tonight, get some plants going, and we'll be rocking and rolling again. Thanks for watching, guys. Farmer G out.